Welcome back to the Garage, Bucket Questers. I'm your host, the franchise. Put down your textbooks, plug in your amp, and turn the volume up to 11. Today, we aren't fighting monsters and exploring fantasy worlds. We are tackling the most terrifying battlefield of all, the teenage wasteland and the indie music scene. Today, we are reviewing a definitive rock and roll anime, Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. Aired in 2004 and produced by the legendary studio Madhouse, Beck is adapted from the manga by Harold Sakushi. It tells the story of Yukio Koyuki Tanaka, a 14-year-old kid who is undeniably painfully average. He has no hobbies, no real dreams, and listens to terrible pop music. His life changes forever when he saves a weird looking dog named Beck, who looks like a Frankenstein patchwork of different breeds, from some kids. The dog belongs to Ryuusuke Minami, a cool English-speaking guitarist who recently returned from New York with a mysterious bullet-riddled guitar named Lucille. Koyuki gets pulled into Ryusuke's world, picks up a guitar, and eventually joins his band, the quote Mongolian Chop Squad. What follows is a grounded, sweaty, and incredibly authentic coming-of-age story about the struggle to create art, the politics of the music industry, and that specific feeling of being young and realizing you finally have a voice. So, what does Beck feel like to watch? In the word, authentic. Modern music anime like Bocchi the Rock or K-On! Are often polished and cute. Beck is not cute. It's grungy. Director Osamu Kobayashi chose a visual style that is sometimes rough around the edges, with muted colors and character designs that look like real, awkward teenagers rather than anime idols. You can practically smell the stale cigarette smoke in the dive bars and feel the humidity of a Japanese summer. And then there's the sound. For a show about a band, the music has to be good. It's fantastic. The soundtrack is a mix of rage-filled rap rock, melodic ballads, and instrumental jams. But the anime captures something even harder to animate, the magic of a live performance. There are moments in the show where the band clicks, the crowd goes silent, and the animation shifts into a psychedelic scratchy style to represent the feeling of the music taking over. It's one of the best visual representations of, quote, the zone I ever seen. It's not just about playing the notes right, it's about the soul between them. Now, let's head backstage for the source material showdown. How does a 26 episode anime stack up against Harold Sakushi's massive 34 volume manga? The biggest challenge with a music manga is obviously you can't hear the music. The manga relies heavily on lyrics, reaction shots, and visual metaphors, like depicting the ghosts of rock legends like Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, standing behind the characters when they play well. The anime brings these songs to life, which is a huge advantage. However, the anime only tells about a third of the story. The anime ends, and I'll keep this vague, right after the band's legendary performance at the Grateful Sound Festival. It gives a sense of closure, but it does leave a lot open. The manga actually keeps going. It covers the band's grueling tours in America, the inevitable breakups, the solo careers, the reunions, and the true finale of their journey. If you finish the anime and feel like, wait, is that it? You owe yourself to read the manga. The anime is the perfect origin story, but the manga is the full rock biography. And now for the main event. The great debate. Dub or sub? Usually this is a matter of preference. For Beck, I'm going to make a controversial claim. The English dub is actually the superior experience. Here's why. The plot revolves around Ryusuke being from America. In the Japanese version, he speaks English, that clunky, broken English that Japanese voice actors often do. It can be a little distracting while he's supposed to be a native New Yorker. In the English dub, the voice actors are actually fluent, but more importantly, they re-recorded the songs. This is almost never done in anime. The English cast led by Greg Ayers as Koyuki and Brina Palencia as the music director actually sing the songs in English, and they crush it. Greg Ayers' voice for Koyuki has this raw, cracking vulnerability that fits the character perfectly, arguably better than the original Japanese vocals, which were a bit more polished. The rap rock visuals by Justin Cook, who plays the vocalist Chiba, are full of genuine grit and attitude. The banter feels more natural and the flow is better. And the songs hit harder in the dub. It's why I consider one of the best dubs of the early 2000s. So definitely recommend that. So, how does Beck Mongolian Chop Squad belong on an anime bucket list? If you ever picked up a guitar and quit after a week, if you ever dream of being a rock star, or if you just remember what it's like to be 14 and bored out of your mind, yes. Beck is a time capsule. It captures a specific era of rock music and a universal feeling of adolescence. It's gritty, it's imperfect, and it's got a whole lot of soul. It might just inspire you to pick up the guitar and back up. Unfortunately, this anime is not available on any standard streaming service. It's kind of hard to find a physical copy of it, so I had to go through third party means, and luckily I found a site that had both the dub and sub. So I watched the sub first, and then I went back to watch the dub. And like I said, I do stand my point. The dub does sound superior. And like I said, if you want to experience the anime, watch the anime. Then, like I said, read the manga, which I'm planning to do to find out what happened at the end of the story. Because like I said, this anime is pretty much like an origin story, how they first started, and now now if you read the manga, you get the full closure. It just sucks that you're not gonna be able to hear the music, which honestly I really enjoy because I love rock music. So definitely watch Beck Mongolian Chop Squad when you have an opportunity. Like I said, you're gonna have to go to third party means. They have both the dub and sub. That's it for this episode of Anime Bucket Quest. I've been your host, the Franchise. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube at Anime Bucket Quest. You can also find, if you want to listen to me in your car, you can check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Audible, and many other platforms. You can follow me on socials on Instagram at the Franchise. So keep on rocking, don't sell out, and I'll see you on the next adventure. As always, geek on, take care, and watch anime. Till next time.